Hello all and welcome to another Caffeinated Entertainment video. It's Art here with my pros and cons updated for the Amazon Kindle Colorsoft. The pros are the long-lasting battery life. You can read for about 40 hours of heavy-duty reading with the light setting I have, which is about 55%. So that answers the one question. The screen real estate is amazing. Because it's, of course, you guys know, it has the large bezel, the very large bezel. It's very lightweight and economical. I love that it uses USB-C power and that the charge port is here on the bottom, so it's not awkwardly placed. It's perfectly placed, and I still love that you can read it on while it's charging, like every other Kindle in existence, pretty much. And it still charges quite quickly. I love that the e-ink screen is easy on the eyes for long-term and long sessions of reading. But here are some of the cons, and here's what's mostly updated about the cons. This is the Amazon Folio case. I do like this case. However, it has flaws. Since it is plant-based, it shows like scratches and dings. So even when you're sitting there reading it, like, it'll get dinged up just simply from you holding it. Say like this. It shows inner dirt very well, and there's no real easy or safe way to clean it. I mean, you can clean it. I use isopropyl alcohol, which is safe for electronics, or hand sanitizer, which is mostly isopropyl alcohol, which is again safe for electronics. But the thing that I don't like with it is the edging or the piping around here is peeling constantly and peels up, and it feels like this case is almost falling apart. And for what you pay for the case, or what the retail price is for the case, I got the case on a discount because I got it with the device, so it's a little bit of a bundle. But you can see that it shows dirt here very easily. I don't know if you can see if it shows up on camera, but there's a big dirt spot right here. Kind of shows up, I guess. I don't know how to successfully get those off without, like, peeling some of the cover off into whatever cleans it. It is a good case in that it protects the device very well. There aren't dents and dings on the device, and the folding over flap works well to hold the pen. I have the pen over on the bed right now, so that the pen's not with the device, because it's hard to, like, hold the device and hold the pen. Even though the magnetic force on the device and the pen is very strong, it's still very easy to lose if you're not careful with the device. But there are no chips and dings in the device because it does have a bit of a bezel. But if you look up close, I'll try to show it to the camera. It is a little bit like the rubberized coating around the edges is flaking off. It's still a very good case, still a very good device. But like I said, for what retails at $120 or did when I bought it, it was either $120 or $130. This should be more sturdy. This isn't even a year old yet, and it's showing wear and tear on the case like mad. Now, this does not leave my room or leave my house. This does not travel with me, so it is baby. Of course it would be because of the price tag with it. It is babied very, 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 very much. But this is not the only e-reader that does this, because the case for the Kobo has cracking and things like that. So it might just be a use case for the oils in our hands and the use of the device itself. But it's one of my major cons with it. So if I were you, if you get a Kindle device, I would stick to the best protected device for the least amount of money that you can get, because you're going to be replacing them often. Now, I'm not going to replace this one until it shows even more wear and tear, but this has been about 8 months now of wear and tear, and it's showing, I would say, quite regularly. It is leather based, you can see that. I am going to try my best to get the dirt marks off here, but every time I hold it for a lengthy period of time, it gets of course my fingerprints are very oily, I have oily based fingerprints, and that may be an issue with it, but I would say to be careful with the case. The device is wonderful. I wouldn't go anywhere without the case with the device, because if you drop the device by itself, it could potentially break, and this device is too prohibitively cost effective to do anything of that nature. So one of the other flaws I don't like about it is they don't really use the color to its full ability. You see color when you see the covers, you see color when you see the home screen, but otherwise it's basically an e-ink black and white reader. I think that they should use the color more often. Now, when taking notes, you can highlight and write in color, which in and of itself is pretty cool. And to read graphic novels on here is a blast, because you do see the color in those as well. But my point being is that since it's the color that makes this so cost prohibitive, it should be utilized on a more frequent basis, so that you know you're getting more bang for your buck. But other than that, I love the stylus. I love the ease of the stylus, the use of the stylus, the fun of the stylus, the no need to charge the stylus, unlike the Kobo Libre Color stylus. I think that's fun. I haven't had to replace the pen tip at all on any of the styluses I've had. I don't know people that do. It is a little bit, the screen is a little bit grainy, sand grainy when you write on it, which I guess is the pen working over the ink screen, but it still doesn't feel comfortable yet. It's still, that's still something they need to work on to make it feel smoother and better, in my opinion. But other than that, there aren't many negatives on the pen. There aren't many negatives on the device itself, other than, like I said, I've said it in every video I've done this on. It's cost prohibitive. They need to find a way to lower the price, so that they can get this device into more people's hands. And I'm not saying lower it to like $80 or $90 like the Paperweight. I'm saying lower it to a reasonable, like $200 to $400, maybe $450, so that you can get more people to try your Cadillac e-reader that is the Kindle Colorsoft. It is an amazing device. It is my go-to device when I'm reading in my room, especially on Kindle. Now, if I'm reading something on Kobo, obviously I use my Kobo Libre Color, but it's my go-to Kindle for when I'm reading, and it makes the covers like pop vibrantly. I'll show it to you again, but let me get this. Is there a way I can get this? Oh, I know how. Because even straight off, you can see the colors pop vibrantly on the device. This is S.D. Perry's Star Trek Deep Space Nine Avatar Book 1 that I told you I was reading in the CRU. But you can see that the colors pop vibrantly, and it's not just black and white. I'm trying to get the reflection of the light to go off of it so that you can see it better. But you can see the colors pop as vibrantly as they can, because e-ink readers don't have very vibrant color schematics or color pixels yet. Color pixels, I guess you could say. But I'm just shocked because they have a ways to go and they're still so damn super expensive. I'd like to see them make us. Now they do have the Colorsoft, the Kindle Colorsoft, which I have as well, thanks to my work. This was also thanks to my work. But it is how do I put this? It is the best Kindle on the market. It is the best Kindle for the reading experience. You can do word searches on them. You can do crosswords on them. You can do certain kind of games on them. They really are awesome. But at the same time, they're not perfect. And I would say, if I was to liken it to video games, the Ocarina of Time is my favorite Zelda game of all time. The Ocarina of Time would be the Kindle Paperwhite. They knocked the Kindle Paperwhite out of the ballpark. It's an amazing e-reader. This is a Ferrari of e-readers, a Porsche of e-readers. It is wonderful. It is glitz and glam, and it does what it's supposed to do. But it's prohibitive in its barrier to entry, and it's prohibitive in its. I love that it's super thin. There's a lot that I love about it. I love that it's super thin. I love that it's comfortable. I love that it just snaps into the case really easily and folds into the case super duper duper easily. I just think Amazon, for one thing, Amazon needs to lower the price of the cover or get better covers that can take a beating, because this is going to be read. This is going to have fingerprints on it and fingers on it and be held for an extensive period of time. And I don't think they do a very good job of making at least the case investment a super long-term investment. So even though it's my favorite e-reader, even though it's my go-to e-reader for when I'm in my room, it is still a flawed device, and I can see those flaws, and I can see why people would not pick this up or why people would be intrigued. I'm saying, as I always say with every one of these videos, make the choices for yourself. I just wanted to point out more flaws that I saw in the device, and specifically in the case itself, because the case too, like I said, is expensive for a case, but it's protecting a what, $500 or $600 device. So it's, I guess what I'm saying is it's doing its job, doing it well, but it needs to do a better job of doing it well. Let's put it that way. So, with that said, leave in the comments down below any questions you guys have on either the Kobo Libre Color, the Kindle Colorsoft, the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, any of the e-readers or devices I have that you guys know I have. Leave those questions in the comments down below. I will answer them in a future video, or if I'm so inclined, I may answer them in the comments down below. But I felt like I had to come on here and say that and give my updated opinion on that. I'm still going to do a 1-year interview in January of 27, but I wanted to give it kind of this updated review because these are things that I'm dealing with now that I both love and I hate with the device. We may even do one for the Kobo Libre Colorsoft at some point, probably in September or October, but I just wanted to point that out and get that in the books and let you guys know everything. You guys will see the August 2026 book haul on Thursday. This is, like I said, on this in the CRU. There is no video on Wednesday. I'm giving myself an extra day because I've got a busy week this week. So I'm just letting you guys know without having to put out a short that the video this week is going to be on Thursday at our usual time of 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. This is where I say normally, other than this week, I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, we're going to have some fun reading. I'll see you again soon. And peace.